Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of RM Garage. In this episode, we're going to be replacing my Toyota's factory headlights and upgrading them with these brand new LED headlights. Let's get to it. All right, first thing that we gotta do is start taking off this grill. It's just held on by a few zip ties, so it should come off pretty easily, and then we'll start swapping out these headlights. That's the wrong size. Is this one the right size? We'll find out. There is. The entire grill is held on by zip ties, because all the tabs are broke. All right, moving on to the headlight now. We should just be able to remove the old headlights and then put the new ones into the bucket and then run the wiring. One of the things I was scared about with the new headlights is that they might look too busy, but I guess we're about to see if they'll look good or not. All right, let's go ahead and remove this harness on the back of this old, don't want to put that up there, I might arc the battery. Let's go ahead and take this harness off. And that's it, the old headlights are out. Those look pretty cool. I can't lie to you guys, I actually don't know what is up and what is down. If you look at the front of this lens, you can see that the text is readable, so I'm thinking that this is right side up, but I'm gonna go ahead and check the product picture on Amazon to make sure that I am right. Yeah, so it looks like this is right side up. I checked the picture on Amazon and we're matching here. So I know that plugging these in, it's not just gonna work. I watched a couple of videos on YouTube, and the Toyotas have like a dual ground or something like that where one or the other is gonna work. So if you just plug it into the factory harness, either the high beam or the low beam will work, but not both. So let's go ahead and try that out. So it actually looks like neither are working. We're gonna have to figure out what's going on. All right, so it turns out there's an adapter harness, but the instructions are absolutely terrible. You can see here, it says, if your car is a Toyota pickup, you may need to use our H4 wiring socket in the package. And it's telling me that if this works, I don't need to use the extra wiring harness that I've seen other people use to get these working. I have the extra harness, so if I need it, we can use it, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to wire this thing in and see if I can get it working without the extra harness first. It works. Oh, you guys can't see anything. Let me readjust this. Wow, it's a lot brighter. All right, so you can see it works now. So now we have to see if the low beam and the high beam both work. And if they don't, then we're gonna have to install that adapter harness. All right, so did you see when I turned the high beam on, the headlights turned off? That means we're gonna have to install this harness right here. All right, so the instructions say to just go ahead and hook up this red cable to the positive terminal of the battery, and to go ahead and test the entire harness before you actually dress it up into the body of the car. So we're gonna go ahead and hook this thing up and make sure it works. The next part of the instructions says to take the closest black 3-prong plug and plug it into the headlight harness. All right. Quite the contraption here. Okay, so now that it's tied into the existing headlight harness, the instructions are saying to take this ground coming off of the new plug and attach it somewhere to the chassis or somewhere where there's a suitable ground. So we're gonna go ahead and bolt this to the body of the car and then plug in the headlights and see if they work. All right, this harness is all hooked up now, so I'm gonna plug the headlights in, and I'm not gonna route this through the bucket yet because I wanna make sure this actually works. So I'm gonna plug this in, and everything should be good to go. And actually, one thing worth mentioning, let me show you something. When you use this harness, you do not need this adapter harness anymore that came with the headlight. You're only using this new harness to run the headlights, not this. Okay, let's go ahead and test the headlights. All right, that's the low beam. You can't really see it. There you go, that's the low beam. Now we're gonna test the high beam. All right, now we have the high beams. You can see that the headlight didn't turn off like it did last time, so that's good to go. Now we just have to tuck the harness up in the body and make sure it doesn't get caught or snagged on anything, and we should be good to just reinstall the headlights and get everything put back together. Here's how I ran that wiring harness. So I have the relays tucked up in the corner here by the fuse box. I'm actually using the ear of that fuse box mount to hold the relay up against the fender well. I put the positive cable on the positive terminal, of course, ran the passenger side headlight plug. For the entire harness that goes across to the driver's side, it's tucked up with the OEM wiring harness here in the radiator support. You actually can't even really see it. It's really tucked up in there. And then we have the ground for the driver's side headlight right under my coolant reservoir, and then the plug coming out right here. So let's go ahead and install the headlights and see how it looks. All right, the headlights are installed. Now we got to zip tie this grill back in. Man, that looks so good. Let's see how it looks with the hood down. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for today's project and video. I think that these headlights look way cooler than the factory headlights. The installation was so easy. I actually spent more time recording than anything else. If this video was helpful or you just enjoyed the content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will leave you guys with some footage of before and after comparing the old headlights to the new headlights.